In the dead of night, when the world is cloaked in darkness and solitude becomes your closest companion, the moon begins its slow ascent, casting an eerie glow that weaves spectral rays of light through your window's trembling shades. During these moments, a chill may crawl upon your skin, as if the whispers of the past have come back to life. The full moon looms in the sky, a transformative aura hanging heavy above, as the wind itself hushes into an unnatural silence. A disquieting stillness pervades the air. Then the forlorn howl pierces the night, causing your heart to race. It's just a dog, you reassure yourself, yet an animus seems to lurk, prowling nearer. Hot and ragged breaths create a gruesome haze upon your window, and the sound of harsh breathing grows louder. In these moments, silver is your sole sanctuary. Today, we delve into the haunting tale of Peter Stumpp, a man accused of being a werewolf. Welcome to the first entry of this special DarkScribe series, as we embark on a chilling journey through the horrors of history. Our voyage carries us back to the obscure 16th century village of Bedburg, nestled in the heart of Germany, a place shrouded in mystery. Here, we encounter a man whose many aliases have echoed through time. The primary source for the Peter Stumpp case is a rare 16-page pamphlet published in London, originally a translation of a lost German print. This precious English pamphlet remains in only 2 known copies, one safeguarded by the British Museum and the other enshrouded in the shadows of the Lambeth Library. It was the occultist Montague Summers who unearthed the relic in the early 20th century. Within its pages, a haunting narrative unfurls, painting a detailed portrait of Stumpp's life, his alleged evil deeds, and the harrowing trial that ensued. Our descent into the depths of this grim tale is also guided by the cryptic entries of Hermann von Weinsberg and the grotesque illustrated broadsheets that circulated in the dimly lit corners of southern Germany. These hideous artworks, presumably inspired by the German rendition of the London pamphlet, reveal a world where reality and nightmare intertwine in ghastly harmony. Peter's dark journey began in the idyllic town of Epworth, nestled in the embrace of the ominous woods near the peaceful town of Bedburg. Regrettably, the exact date of his birth is lost in time, swallowed by the ravages of the 30 Years' War. In the shadowy tapestry of his life, Peter was believed to be a faithful adherent of the Protestant faith. He lived a seemingly prosperous existence as a rural farmer, his homestead shrouded in whispers and folktales. As the tumultuous 1580s unfurled, Peter found himself a widower, burdened with the heavy mantle of responsibility for 2 children. His daughter Beale, known by some as Sybil, had just entered her 15th year, while her brother, forever nameless and ageless in the annals of history, lurks in shadows, a specter of unspoken dread. Peter Stumpp was cursed with a reputation for reclusiveness, his existence punctuated by murmurs through the town. He was known to harbor a rough and quarrelsome nature, a characteristic that, to the wary villagers, bore the stench of something more sinister. Yet, what truly set him apart was the peculiar and grotesque anomaly of his left hand that had suffered a ruthless severing, leaving but a mutilated stump in its place. In the superstitious minds of the era, this assumed a chilling significance. It was believed that the injuries of a werewolf mirrored those of its human counterpart, as if fate itself had branded him as an unholy creature. The reign of terror that descended upon Bedburg unfurled like a nightmare's tendrils, born from the noxious whispers of livestock's gruesome slaughter and the sinister disappearances of innocent children. Fear swept through the village like a wildfire, igniting the hearts of its residents, for they sensed the presence of something otherworldly lurking in the shadows. Panic tightened its grip, and hysteria became the dominant symphony of the night, as the relentless wave of murder showed no signs of slowing. In the horrifying year 1589, the fabric of the village began to unravel. The once tranquil existence was ruptured by a storm of chaos and suspicion. Clinging to the fraying threads of their sanity, the villagers turned their accusatory fingers to Stumpp, casting him as the unholy puppeteer orchestrating the dance of death. What followed would etch Bedburg into the annals of history as the stage for one of the most nightmarish and notorious werewolf trials ever conducted. The darkness of their souls was matched only by the horrors they were about to unleash. After being tortured by being stretched on a rack, Stumpp confessed to having practiced black magic since he was 12 years old. He claimed that the devil had given him a magical belt or girdle, which enabled him to metamorphose into, quote, the likeness of a greedy, devouring wolf, strong and mighty, with eyes great and large, which in the night sparkled like fire, a mouth great and wide, with most sharp and cruel teeth, a huge body and mighty paws. Removing the belt, he said, made him transform back to his human form. The magistrates sent for it to be retrieved, but no such belt was ever found. Stumpp faced 25 years of allegations and was labeled an insatiable bloodsucker who gorged on the flesh of goats, lambs, and sheep, as well as men, women, and children. Under threat of torture, he confessed to killing and eating 14 children, 2 pregnant women, whose fetuses he ripped from their wombs and ate their hearts panting hot and raw, which he later described as dainty morsels. One of the 14 children was his own son, whose brain he was reported to have devoured. Stumpp loved his son dearly, but in the end, his bloodlust prevailed. Allegedly, he went out with his son into the woods, transformed into the likeness of a wolf, and devoured him. Not only was Stumpp accused of being a serial murderer and cannibal, but also of having an incestuous relationship with his daughter, who was sentenced to die with him, and that he had coupled with a distant relative, which was also considered to be incestuous according to the law. In addition to this, he confessed to having had intercourse with a succubus sent to him by the devil. The execution of Stumpp on 31 October 1589, alongside his daughter Beelzebub and mistress Catherine, is one of the most brutal on record. He was put to a wheel where flesh was torn from his body in 10 places with red-hot pincers, followed by his arms and legs. Then his limbs were broken with the blunt side of an axe head to prevent him from returning from the grave before he was beheaded, and his body burned on a pyre. His daughter and mistress had already been flayed and strangled and were burned along with Stumpp's body. As a warning against similar behavior, local authorities erected a pole with the torture wheel and the figure of a wolf on it, and at the very top they placed Peter Stumpp's severed head. Today, the gruesome tale of the Werewolf of Bedburg endures, ensnaring in some morbid fascination, a sinister siren's call that beckons from the shadows. The legacy of Peter Stumpp, shrouded in gloom, has etched itself as a sort of cult classic tale, a haunting presence that refuses to fade. In the realm of music, the U.S. metal band Macabre weaves the threads of Stumpp's story into their song, The Werewolf of Bedburg, an eerie ode enshrined within the murder metal album. Likewise, the German horror punk band The Other pays homage to the sinister legend, their haunting melodies echoing with the phantom howls of the cursed werewolf. Even amid the seemingly ordinary world of the TV series Doctor Who and Friends from College, the legacy of Stumpp rears its wolfish head, casting a shadow of dread upon the unsuspecting. As time unfurls, Peter Stumpp's ghastly legacy continues its spectral dance, an ever-present fable that both captivates and terrifies audiences across various forms of media, proving that the darkness within his story remains eternal